Hello and welcome to the Kent Football Show, proudly sponsored by Kent Reliance, and what a special episode we have in store for you. We are here at the home of English football under the iconic arches of Wembley Stadium, ahead of Whitstable Town's biggest game in their 140-year history. The Oyster men take on Whiteleaf in the FA Vase Final, and of course we had to bring you along with us to see what goes on behind the scenes, as well as bring you up to speed with all the football news across the county. So sit back, relax and enjoy. Coming up in the show, we go behind the scenes for Whitstable's FA Vase Final. Folkestone Invicta talk to us about their season and 3G pitches. The ETC take on the Ultimate Target Challenge. We share our Women and Girls County Cup Finals highlights. David Webb answers your questions in Coach's Corner. We head to the final women's rep team game of the season for a match report. Finally, we showcase some incredible volunteers from across the Kent game. Reaching the FA Vase Final is testament to so much hard work and togetherness. We are so proud of Whitstable Town for giving us this amazing day out at Wembley. So much so that we have come behind the scenes to share the magic of what a match day is like here underneath those iconic arches.
This is Whitstable Town's first ever trip to Wembley for the FA Vase Final. How does it feel to be part of this historic moment, and what's the mood look like in the squad heading into the match on Sunday?
So firstly, it's a real proud moment for everyone involved. There's so many good people that work so hard at the club, the squad, the management team, the board, the fans, everyone's a real collective at the club. So yeah, it's a real proud moment for myself to lead the team to Wembley. And the mood in the camp's been fantastic. We trained at Gillingham's first team pitch last night. Brian Ball over there let us train, which is brilliant. We've got real support from everyone in Kent football, the message that we've received. So yeah, it's a real excitement around the place, around the town. It's brought everyone together, the local town of Whitstable, which is great to see. And looking forward to seeing the white and red in the crowd on Sunday.
The Oystermen have had an incredible FA Vase run, backed by thousands of passionate fans. What's been the key to your success so far, and how much does it mean to you that all those supporters are going to be coming with you to Wembley?
Yeah, I mean, look, firstly, the supporters we've thanked on numerous occasions, myself and Jamie, because the fan base at the football club was one of the real reasons for us coming here. So to be able to give them a day out at Wembley is obviously beyond our wildest dreams at the start of the season, and obviously probably beyond theirs as well. So for the town, the community, the youth section, the supporters, absolutely delighted. And like I say, they've supported us in numbers, home and away, particularly through this competition. So again, like I say, delighted for them to be able to come along on this journey with us.
What does this match mean to the club and the local community?
So much, but it's a really hard question, and I think probably one that I'll be able to answer better in a year. At the moment we are sort of in a bubble, and it's really hard to kind of work out. We're so busy doing everything, it's hard to take a step back and look at exactly what this has done. But for our fans, for the people in the town, it's just huge. It's amazing. It's wherever we go, people are talking about it. And are you coming to Wembley? Have you got your tickets? Have you got a shirt? What are you doing? It's just been brilliant.
This is, of course, a very proud day for everybody associated with Whitstable Town Football Club. It is also a very proud day for Kent football. We caught up with CEO Darryl Hayden and Chair Denise Richmond. Denise, Darryl, the sun is shining on the home of England football. What a great day to shine a spotlight on our game in the county. You must both feel incredibly proud.
Very, very proud. I mean, I think with both my hats on, Chair of Kent FA and Chair of Skeffel, it's wonderful, just wonderful. Shows the strength and breadth and strength and depth of our game in the county. So for me, it's great.
As Denise mentioned there, it shows the strength and depth of football in the county, because a number of Kent teams made it very deep into the competition. Whitstable representing today. It showcases, doesn't it, just what a good position the game in the county is in at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. As Denise said, it really highlights how strong the non-league game is in the county. You know, we've got two teams in the Football League in Gillingham and Bromley, but we've got a real strong number of teams sitting in step 1 right down to 5 and 6, which is obviously Denise's league, and it's fantastic for Whitstable today to be at Wembley, and hopefully they can bring the trophy back for the first time in 25 years, so that'd be fantastic.
Denise, I've been seeing in Whitstable, in the town itself, scarves, shirts on sale, the ticket numbers are phenomenal. It's a brilliant day for the football club, but it's also a brilliant day for the area as well. It shows the power of football in these circumstances.
It really does. I think if you go back to previous finalists, it builds on their crowds. It allows them to create that greater atmosphere at their home games going forward. Hopefully that will translate into extra numbers for them next year, but it is really good for that local area. I went to the quarter-final and their home leg semi-final, and they grew their crowds from 1,800 in the quarter-final to nearly 3,000 in the semi. So that really shows how they've got behind them and how they're taking it forward. It's great.
And Darryl, we've been speaking to supporters, and so many of them mentioned that, our first team's doing really well, but we've got a thriving girls section, we've got this going on, that going on, a brilliant 3G pitch. It feels like a very deserving reward for a football club that's really been trying to improve season upon season. Yeah,
definitely. I think Whitstable are a really strong community club, and that's what we want, right? We want, the first team to be maybe the pinnacle, but why not have a strong female team? Why not have a really thriving youth section? And it's a real testament to show that what can be achieved by a football club putting the community at the heart of what it does.
And these memories, these experiences, Denise, offer inspiration to other Kent football clubs as well. It's wonderful to see.
It truly is. I think that clubs definitely, for step 5 and 6 clubs, the Vase is the pinnacle of every boy's dream, every man's dream to play at Wembley, and the fact that we've had probably in the last 25 years we've had one winner, but we've also had 2 other finalists as well as Whitstable, so that's really good for that level of the game and really taking it forward. And we do get clubs into those semi-finals and quarter-finals too, so that just shows us, as I said earlier, the strength of the game, but just the excitement of the competition for the county.
It's exciting, Darryl, but when those teams are walking out and when you see Whitstable singing the national anthem, will there be a bit of nerves as well?
Oh, definitely. I think we'll all be nervous, but hopefully the players can, use their nerves in a positive way and put on a really good performance and bring the Vase back to Kent. That'd be fantastic, wouldn't it?
What a brilliant note to end on. Enjoy your day. Best of luck to Whitstable Town as well. Kick-off is only a couple of hours away now. The atmosphere is really building ahead of the FA Vase Final. Whitstable Town taking on Whiteleaf. The Whitstable players have just made their way onto the field to play those first few touches on the Wembley grass. You can sense their excitement, you can feel their focus as well ahead of a massive 90 minutes, and I think the supporters are feeling exactly the same. We spoke to a few outside on Wembley Way. Dave and Emily, volunteer at the football club, a player at the football club. What a wonderful day ahead for Whitstable Town.
It's amazing for the town, the club, everything. What they've achieved this year is amazing, and for all the girls to come here and enjoy it and wear their kit, it's just an amazing experience for them.
It's incredible to look out onto Wembley Way and see a sea of red wearing the Whitstable Town crest. You even got your Jamie Coyle scarf. How proud are you today?
Yeah, very proud.
Excited as well?
Yeah, very.
What does it feel like when you put Whitstable Town in a sentence with Wembley Stadium?
Feels very unreal sort of thing. Yeah.
It's almost dream come true stuff, isn't it? And it's dream come true for those players playing at Wembley. But in terms of the aspirations and ambitions of Whitstable Town, this is a really pivotal moment and a building block regardless of the result.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, with all the youth teams coming through, the opportunity for them to play, the boys and the girls, it's just an amazing experience and opportunity once in a lifetime.
I hope you have a fantastic day, enjoy, and fingers crossed the silverware comes back home to Whitstable.
Absolutely, 2-1 to Whitstable, I think.
Yeah.
We're taking 2-1, we'll take 2-1, brilliant. The atmosphere is building ahead of the biggest game in Whitstable Town's history. We've got a loyal contingent of Whitstable Town fans alongside me. How are we feeling? Excited?
Very excited.
Very excited.
Very excited.
The mood is building around Wembley Stadium, but of course in Whitstable, the support has been growing. What a brilliant opportunity for both the town and the football club.
That's right, yeah, no, huge for the club. I mean, the club's been progressing year on year for the last sort of 5 years that we've lived in the town. And for a club our size, to have best part of 8,000 people, I believe, coming today is quite incredible. And yeah, the atmosphere's been building. The semi-final and the quarter-final of the Vase with 2,500 people in attendance. You know, unbelievable for a club our size, and yeah, I think it's fantastic.
It's a proud day for Whitstable Town. It's a proud day for Kent football. You live in the area as well. Tell us, what's the mood been like ahead of kick-off today?
Yes, we live in Whitstable and we have seen the flags, the community, the town. Every age has just been behind the club, supporting. The shops have all decorated with the colours, and I think Whitstable's going to be a very quiet town today.
And Wembley is being painted red in the Whitstable Town colours. But sir, tell us a little bit about your scarf, which is making a very special trip today.
Special trip for a scarf that's 60 years old, knitted by a blind lady for a game, an important game in 1968. And this is only the second time it's been out.
It's the second time. Let's hope it's a good one. But regardless of the result today, the pride and what the football team have achieved in making it this far is truly outstanding.
It is incredible, and it's a credit to the back staff, the back room, the coach and the chairman have really driven this team forward this year. It's been marvellous.
I hope each of you enjoys a fantastic afternoon, and best of luck to Whitstable Town.
Thanks very much. Red Army!
Over 140 minutes of fantastic non-league football in the end. The FA Vase Final lived up to what we hoped it would be. Whitstable Town lifting the trophy, and in what incredible style as well. Coming back from a goal behind to take silverware back home to Whitstable Town from here at Wembley. As you can see behind me, the thousands upon thousands of supporters have not only enjoyed their day out, they have fallen even more deeply in love with their football club. This is a wonderful day for non-league football, for Whitstable Town Football Club and for Kent football. Well done, Whitstable Town. The Oystermen did it, winning the FA Vase. What an incredible day out for everyone involved in the football club, and of course for Kent football as well. Moving on now, we paid a visit to Folkestone Invicta to find out how their season has gone and to learn a little bit more about their 3G pitch.
Josh, can you just tell us about how you originally got involved in the club?
Yeah, it's probably over many years, to be honest. GSE, Ashford International Truck Stop and the Hythe Imperial, we've sponsored various clubs, Hythe, Whitstable, Ashford over the years, including Folkestone. And come the end of sort of the summer of 23, I spoke with Neil Cugley at the time, and he sort of came to me and said, look, we're short of a few funds and we could do with some assistance on and off the pitch. And yeah, that's essentially how GSE and myself got involved.
Just give us a little bit of an idea of some of the plans you've got to try and develop the ground over the next 18 months or so.
Yeah, well, I mean, when we first got involved, we straight away had a conversation with the council. We knew that most non-league clubs need to be operating 360 days of the year, working on 25 days, 30 days. You're just strapped of cash a lot of the time and always going around trying to find local businesses to help. So, you know, our first big investment here was obviously where we're sat now in the dugout bar, and we invested quite heavily in that to get further revenue streams in 360 days of the year, which is going really well. The conversations then followed with the 3G pitch that we'll probably come on to later in this interview, but which went pretty well. But the bigger one is to actually own the site off the council, and we are in. I can't go into too much detail where we're at with that, but because it involves various other stakeholders, including the school next door, the bowls club, etc. But we hope to be able to come up with some plans in the coming months that will hopefully excite the fans and the wider community.
Talking to the people at the club, I know that you want to be at the heart of the community. Tell me why that's important to you as the chairman of the club.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was brought up sort of in and around the area, only up the road in Elam. My mum is Folkestone, sort of born and bred. My dad's side of the family from Leeds, and a lot of the fans give me a bit of stick for that. But I think in terms of what we want to do for the community and with the 3G pitch, certainly, is that most non-league clubs need local people to come. You know, the Premier League and the Championships are where all the excitement is, and obviously on TV. But the lifeline of non-league clubs is the community, and we need to create better platforms, what we're doing here, and better opportunities for the youngsters to come through and ultimately develop younger players. One thing that probably Folkestone over the last few years, we haven't had many local lads come through, or women for that matter. But hopefully with the 3G and other things that are coming, we can do that.
So you mentioned about the exciting 3G project. Just talk us through about why you made that decision and what steps that you've taken to be to where you are today.
Well, firstly, we've had in our seasons, I'm not sure about the previous ones, but certainly since us coming in the club, we've probably had 8 or 9 fixtures postponed on a Saturday due to adverse weather. And to have a fixture moved to a Tuesday, you're probably 60-70% down on your revenue, not just from gate sales, but also in the bar and merchandise, etc. So to have a 3G installed and have games, I would say 99% on, unless some sort of strange event happened in the world, they'll be all on a Saturday, which is very important. So, and going into sort of if we had any challenges, you know, I've got to say, Folkestone Hythe Council we've worked really well with. The planning went through swimmingly well. You know, where there's a few conditions that we've still got to meet, hence why we haven't quite started as yet, but machines are here now and we're due to start this week or back end of this week. And there's more sort of planning rigmarole than probably what there was 10 years ago. But no, it's very exciting. We should be all ready to go for the start of the season, but we have notified the league just in case that we find anything in the ground that we might have to have a couple of home games reversed in the first month.
Josh, look, best of luck with the construction of the new pitch. Best of luck with next season, and all at the Kent Football Show wish you the very best.
Thank you so much to Folkestone Invicta there. We look forward to seeing how your plans on the 3G continue to evolve over the upcoming seasons. And if you have a feel-good story that you would like to share with us here on the Kent Football Show, then do get in touch. info@kentfa.com is the all-important email address. We love spreading good news across the county. Moving on now to our Ultimate Target Challenge. Vintage and Corians are currently top of the leaderboard, but can the Kent FA's very own ETC knock them off top spot? Let's have a look.
Hi everyone, we're here again for another Ultimate Shooting Challenge. We're joined by the Emerging Talent Centre's under-13s. Yay! There we go. The highest score is 18. Let's see if they can beat it. They've got 10 goes to score as many as they can. Top corners are 3 points, bottom corners 2, down the middle is 1, off target is -1. So who's up first? Good luck, no pressure. Got to set the standard. Good first shot. Yeah, it's a good penalty. It's 1 point, but it's a great penalty. Yeah, safe. It's a 2-pointer. Oh, great 3-pointer. There we go, great strike. So that's up to 6 after 3. Oh, you got the 1. That counts. It counts. That's 7 points. Oh, well done. That's a 2-pointer. 9 points at the minute. Nice. I'll give you 2 points for that. Up to 11. Oh, I'd say that's a 1. Close to 2. Yeah, I'll give that 2. That's up to 14. Is that commentator's curse? No, another 2. Yeah, well, that's a safe 1. Up to 17. Do we have any left? No, we don't. Is that everyone? Ah, so that's a score of 17, 1 off the highest score. It's a great effort from the under-13 ETC. So well done everyone, thank you very much. If you think you can do better, get in contact.
Another fantastic effort there. If you think that you can do better in our Ultimate Target Challenge, then get in touch. info@kentfa.com is the all-important email address to come along and give it a go. Now, we have enjoyed a whole range of fantastic County Cup finals, and recently our women and girls finals provided some quality moments and some pretty special memories as well. Let's take a look.
More pressure coming from Sittingbourne. A lofted ball over the top. This is JC Green, and she just lifts it over the goalkeeper, Pippa Martin, and into the net. It's 2-0. It's a very good turn. Lola Kelly. A shot over the top of the goalkeeper, Pippa Martin. It's another goal for Sittingbourne. Out in the semi-final, it's a corner for Petchwood. It's delivered by Martha McGee, and it's been turned in by Fiorella Vivanco. Petchwood take the lead after 12 minutes. It goes on the outside, and she's got good pace into the penalty area. This is Clinton, and that's a good save. It's pushed out, and they've got themselves a goal back through Bella Brooker. It's probably too little too late, but they deserve their goal. Another ball straight over the top. McPherson again, cuts inside. It's McPherson, and this time she makes it count. Comes inside and brushes off Spellman. Foams with a shot. Oh, that is a fantastic goal from Ruby Sienna Foams. From Harrison Carroll, and down the left-hand side, it's O'Neill. O'Neill gets past Pigden and scores. And Aylesford ahead after just 4 minutes. They're looking to put themselves forward. Down the right-hand side, Isabel Egder goes on the outside, floats one in, over the top of the goalkeeper, Jessica Finch, and there is the darts equaliser. Free kick to be taken by Sophie Nichols over the wall, and in off the underside of the crossbar. Sophie Nichols, a spectacular free kick. Hollands and Blair lead. Top at the moment, Tunbridge. Churchill. Shot into the corner, and Charlotte Creswell makes it 3-2. Up well by Lottie Starling. Shot coming in from Charlotte Creswell. From the spot, Shawnee Griffiths, saved by Simone Elligot. One goal in the first half. Cross, deep one, good header. Oh, it's Lottie Sharp in between two defenders. That's a fantastic header, and with just a shade over 10 minutes to go. Davis, we're into stoppage time. They're nearly there, Chatham. It's fallen to Amy Russ, who scores in off the post. Finally, they get a goal, Dartford.
Some truly unforgettable memories there, and a huge congratulations to all of our finalists. It really is a superb achievement to make it to a Kent County Cup final. Moving on now to our Coaches Corner, where our very own David Webb answers your coaching conundrums. So let's see what he's tackling in our episode this time.
In this section of the Coaches Corner, we've been asked the question, how can I smoothly transition between practices without losing intensity and focus? One of the best approaches to ensure for a smooth transition between practices without losing intensity and focus is using the whole part whole structure. Whole part whole means starting off with a game. The first game is an opportunity to provide your players with information around the topic or focal point of your session. The part is where you're going to provide the tools, knowledge and information to your players, and maybe some of the technical information so that they can then practice and repeat this within the actual practice. And then the final game is an opportunity for understanding and evaluation, ultimately meaning that your players are going to have the opportunity to demonstrate what they've taken from the practice into a game-based scenario. So you'll see over here I've set up multiple different practices. So the first whole, a reminder, a whole is a game, which we're going to focus on, is the introduction. So this is where we're introducing the learning around what our topic and our focus is going to be. You'll see in this first whole over here, we've got a 4v4. However, what we've done is we've broken it down as the topic is getting past players and finding different ways to get past a player. We've broken it down so that there's multiple 1v1 games going on. So we've got the yellows against the reds. Each of those 1v1 pairing ups and oppositions, we have a ball. So all they're going to look to try and do is to try and see if they can beat their opponent, scoring their opponent's goal for 1 point. At the end of the game, all the yellows will get together and they will look to add up their team score. However many points the yellows get will be their overall team score. That is what is going to be the first challenge, first variation within this whole part of the session. Then we are going to move into the par element of it. In this par element, we're going to keep with this 1v1 theme. However, this time we'll utilise the same area so that the players are used to using that same space. But this time, players will mark out their own gates or goals, which is going to be used to play in the 1v1 scenario where they will have to try and see this time if they are able to get past their opponent and see if they can try and find a way into the goal. So as an example over here, we've got the yellow against the red, okay? They're looking to try and find a way to get around this red player. Once they manage to find a way past them, they're then trying to identify space to travel through the opponent's gate or goal for 1 point. If you want to, you can add in a variation where they can go around the back of the goal, and that will equal 2 points. Because this is the part of your session, this is where you're going to look to provide the tools, knowledge, information and resources to your players. So if you're focusing on getting past a player, as we're doing throughout this whole session, you're looking at key coaching points here where we're talking about the approach towards a player who you're up against. So you might slow down on the approach. Once you're facing against that opponent, you're going to be talking about maybe body positioning or body feints to try and disguise your movement to the opposition player. You're then going to be looking at utilising spaces which might be potentially behind the opponent so that they can quickly make movements into that area and travel through the gate. Once you've completed that part of your session, you will then move into the final hole. Now this second hole within your session is going to be focused around the understanding and evaluation phase. What that means is that you're looking to try and see what your players have taken from the session and are now utilising within the gameplay scenario. So I'll just move the players over to here. So we have again a 4v4 situation, but this time we're making it more game-based and more game realistic. So it's going to be one ball in play, and ultimately it's a match, but we're still trying to ensure that the players are focusing on this getting past the player aspect. So I've marked out 2 end zone areas marked out by the blue cones. Players will simply try and see if they can find a way to break through and into this end zone area and then score a goal for their team. The defending team are not allowed inside this area, meaning that they have to find and identify a way to get around the defenders to actually get into there and score their goal. The way in which this structure enhances a smooth transition between drills without losing intensity or focus is through the following: allowing for a consistent topic or learning focus throughout all elements and phases in the sessions, providing challenge and support in the games, the whole section, to keep the learning focus and topic at the forefront of players' minds, and ensuring for quick transitions throughout the session, as well as repetition and opportunities of the focal learning point in different scenarios. Give it a try and let us know how you get on.
Thanks a lot there, David. If you have a coaching conundrum that you would like to send to David, email david.webb@kentfa.com, and on the next episode of the Kent Football Show, we will have that coaching conundrum answered for you. Next up, the Kent FA women's rep team played their 4th and final match of the season, a game against the Essex FA. We sent our very own competitions officer, Matt Dixon, down to issue this match report.
Here we are at Corinthian FC ahead of tonight's Kent women's rep team final game of the season as they host Essex FA. Promises to be an interesting game. A few new faces making their debut for the county, so very much looking forward to seeing how this one unfolds. Half-time here at Corinthian, and currently the ladies rep team trail their neighbours Essex at the interval. Fell behind early on, battled back very well throughout the remaining of the half, but another goal just before half-time will make it a bit of an uphill task in the second half. Substitutes looking to come on and looking to freshen things up, so we'll see how the second half goes. We're here with ladies rep team manager Dwayne Ellis following tonight's match against Essex. Disappointing result, but plenty of optimism in the second half, and lots to look forward to for next season.
Yeah, first and foremost, credit to Essex. I think over the course of 90 minutes they were the better team and deserved to win. I think for us, first half, we probably, if we're being honest, probably didn't get going, probably didn't show our true self. Second half, we were a lot better on the ball. We caused them quite a few problems, and then just a couple of mistakes really just sort of cost us the second half. But lots to work on and lots to build off. So we've had quite a few young players in there. So the keeper today came in last minute. She's age 16, so she's had her first appearance, and we've had quite a few young players across the season that have made appearances and sort of grown as the season's gone on. So looking towards building towards next year. So we've had a tough year this year, but it's been a bit of a building process in terms of putting the slots in place, getting the squad together that we can start working towards and moving towards next season.
Yeah, thanks so much for your time and roll on next season.
Unlucky Team Kent, but some really promising signs of improvement there, and we cannot wait to support you next season. We move on next to my favourite part of the show. This is the segment where we get to say a big thank you to a number of the priceless volunteers who do such valuable work across the county. Let's take a look.
It's time to thank 5 more volunteers from around the county of Kent for their hard work in football. So first of all, we have Joe Trahan of Canterbury Eagles, who's a fantastic coach as well as a club official and puts lots of hours throughout the week into her community. Emma Hamill, who's a welfare officer at Chatham Town Youth who ensures a safe environment for everyone at the club. Julie Covell, who's a board member at Orpington, who spends hours throughout the week ensuring children in the community have somewhere to play football. Steve Chapman, who's the under-12 coach at Woodnesborough, who dedicates time to developing his players. Charles Hartfield, who's a team manager at Cray Wanderers Youth, who facilitates a positive environment for children to play football. Thank you to these 5 volunteers and all the volunteers around Kent who make grassroots football so special.
Massive well done to our volunteers recognised there, and that is just about all we have time for on this episode of the Kent Football Show. Where better to wrap things up than underneath the iconic arches of Wembley Stadium itself. We've had a wonderful day here today supporting Whitstable Town on such a momentous occasion. Thank you to our sponsors, Kent Reliance. Thank you to you for watching. Do make sure that you like and subscribe so you're the first to know when our latest episodes drop. Kwaku will be back for the next episode of the Kent Football Show. So until then, goodbye.